I'm Joe from ExtremeTerrain, and today I'm breaking down Jeep headlights, where I'll explain the different bulb, housing type, color temperature, beam pattern, brightness, and overall functionality of each type, all to help shed some light on an otherwise foggy subject. There are two main components to consider when looking at headlights. First is the type of bulb that will be creating the light. Secondly, it's the type of housing that will be focusing that light. We're going to be installing all these on our JK here right behind me, and to give some control to our test, we'll have it parked 10 feet away from a white wall in our studio with the same exact setup each time, so you can see the actual differences in beam pattern, color, and intensity. But keep in mind, no matter what generation Jeep you have, all of this info is going to apply. I'll work through each of the options available on site, starting with the tried and true halogen headlights. Since the glory days of the Willys Jeep all the way up to the modern JL, halogen headlights have been a standard option. These lights operate by moving an electrical current through a filament contained in a bulb with halogen gas trapped inside. The filament glows when hot. That glow is what's reflected off the chrome backing onto the road ahead. These are very basic when it comes to functionality. You can see a great example of halogen headlights right here. These are the KC Highlights H4 conversion kit. A set of headlights like these are great if you're looking to upgrade light output, but keep that factory aesthetic intact. I like these because they take that factory H13 bulb and convert it over to a better H4. The H4 will not only give you a brighter hotspot, but it will also extend the area of light coverage to be bigger vertically. Same thing goes for the high beam. This kit will give you the bulb, housing, and conversion cable, but if you want to keep your factory housings and just upgrade the bulb, just the conversion cable is available, such as this one, KC's H13 to H4 conversion cable. Relative to our other options, halogens are going to produce a warm yellow light. A reflector housing like this headlight uses is more basic than other options. The philosophy here is to scatter light in all directions, which leads to a functional, albeit messy beam pattern. The hotspot is decently bright. We'll use these as the standard in terms of brightness. They're more inefficient than other options as well, since they create a lot of heat. That can actually work in your favor by keeping themselves defrosted during the winter months. Replacing halogen bulbs is easy, however, you do want to be careful not to touch the bulb itself. The natural oils on fingertips tend to heat up and they will cut in the lifespan. Halogen bulbs tend to have a shorter lifespan in general, give or take 1,000 hours, but they're very inexpensive and very easy to replace. If you're looking to improve the lifespan and take light output to the next level at the same time, HIDs might be the option for you. HID stands for high intensity discharge. These are sometimes also called xenon lights, reason being HIDs use xenon gas inside of the bulb. This type of light uses a low voltage, high current electricity that arcs across electrodes to produce its light. Just like halogens, these can be found with a purpose-built reflector housing, like you see right here, or a projector housing. I'll touch on the differences between those two a little bit later on in the video. These specifically are the Delta 7-inch HID headlights. They're a solid choice. They feature an HID bulb with all the ballast and harnesses you'll need to make this completely plug and play with either an H4 or H13 connector. They utilize a purpose-built reflector housing, which is specifically designed around that HID, and that's key to not blinding other drivers on the road. HIDs in general will produce a cleaner and brighter light that will appear with a tint toward the blue side with a very, very slight hint of green in there. The HID-specific reflector housing tightens the light more than the standard halogen reflector, giving you that rectangular beam pattern with a really intense hotspot directly in the middle. The hotspot brightness is clearly a step up from those halogens. HID bulbs are also really easy to replace, but they are more expensive when they do eventually go. HIDs do come with a ballast box since starting the light takes a lot of energy. The ballast is also going to maintain the correct lowered voltage once started. That can add a little bit to the install just because you are dealing with a little bit of extra wiring when you go to an HID. As far as lifespan, HIDs last anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 hours, much longer than the halogens, but not as long as our next option, the LED. Last but certainly not least, we have our more modern option. LEDs, or light-emitting diodes, work when electrons jump from a high-energy electrode to a low-energy electrode. Law of conservation of energy states that excess energy has to go somewhere, and it's emitted as light. Now, I'm far from a scientist. There are plenty of better explanations out there, but for our purposes, that's how LEDs work. LEDs are extremely efficient producing little to no heat whatsoever. This allows LEDs to last way longer than both halogen and HID bulbs. We're talking about 15,000 hours of lifespan here. Because they use so little energy, retrofitting LEDs can sometimes cause Jeeps to do weird things. For instance, think hyper-flashing LED turn signals. For that reason, you'll often find LED headlights with an anti-flicker box. This will serve as a resistor, effectively tricking the Jeep into thinking it's running a higher energy halogen or HID bulb. LEDs can come in any color, but typically come in a bright white, very slightly toward the blue side. The option we have here is the axial LED headlight with high and low beam. This takes that super efficient LED in front of a classic reflector housing. It gets that modern twist when it comes to styling with the addition of a smoked lens and a split level design, which gives the beam pattern its sharper cutoff on top. You can also see these hotspots are vertical and really bright in the center, while at the same time throwing a great amount of light off to the sides. For an even more contemporary look, let's move on to our next option, the projector headlight. One of the fastest growing options on the road is the LED projector headlight. This is going to use the same LED technology as our previous option, but we'll combine it with a projector lens. A projector will focus the light beam similar to how you can focus the sun's light with a magnifying glass. That helps point the light exactly where it needs to be on the road ahead. This technology is also available with HIDs, but recently it's been proven to be most popular when combined with LEDs. LEDs have also seemed to have become the new industry standard. In fact, Jeep offers LED headlights as a factory upgrade on the new JL. You can see exactly what goes into a projector with the axial daymakers right here. The combination of the black housing with the additional side accent lighting that flanks that main projector give you a modern and aggressive stealth fighter look. In low beam, projectors give you a very sharp cutoff line on top with a really bright and relatively dense high beam spread. This is going to be the tightest beam pattern we've seen so far. Hotspots are very bright and very tight. Again, putting light exactly where you need it on the road ahead. High beams are going to take brightness to the next level while keeping that same beam pattern. Again, color temperature is going to be a bright white, leaning very slightly toward the blue side. These are a great option for anyone who's looking for a very bright and modern styled LED projector headlight. Well guys, that is gonna do it. I hope you enjoyed my take on the headlights category, and if you are doing some shopping, I hope I can help you out. If you're looking to learn more, we do have detailed breakdown videos for all the products you saw today, and videos for a lot of headlights you didn't see. Make sure you check that out over on our website. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content like this. Keep it right here at Extreme Terrain for all things Jeep.